Hi, welcome to another episode of Read It or Don't, where I just sit here and scold Sarah for the next 45 minutes for being a little ding dong. How about that, Sarah? Are you happy now? You said start the episode. Are you happy with yourself? You feel proud? Is this what you wanted? You feel good?
You hear how crazy you sound? I'm just a little baby cinnamon roll. I'm just a girl.
And I will knock the icing right off your fucking face, bitch. I'll fucking hit you. I'm gonna deck you, bitch. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, you know what? Sorry, I love you, and I know you're capable of more than what you're doing right now. Yeah, you know what?
Shopify!
Sorry that I believe in you. What a horrible friend I am.
Thank you.
No, fuck you. You shut up, bitch. No. You are letting yourself get overwhelmed by things that can be exceedingly simple just because you don't like it. Boo.
I wouldn't be surprised if we got banned for this very episode.
Yeah, well, you can't ban me. I'm on my own platform, so suck a fucking fat one. How about that? Now, if you put those things on TikTok, yeah, we're gonna get in trouble. We're gonna have to bleep shit out for sure. But, do you feel better? Are you glad now? Are you glad you told me to start with the episode?
Well, I thought you'd start the episode with just like right into episode mode.
Nar.
Boy, did I underestimate you.
Yeah, look how dumb you look now. Look how stupid you look. You see the TikTok that I sent you?
Yes.
This guy.
I was just about to bring that up. I couldn't remember if it was today or yesterday, so I was like, I will just skim past.
A guy made a TikTok. He was like, does everybody have that one friend that like bullies you so hard? And I was like, no, I am the friend that bullies, actually.
I am the bully.
I am the bully, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Oh, yeah, well, sorry I have high expectations for you because I know what you're capable of. Sorry.
Sorry I have high expectations for my friends. If you're a loser, you can't sit with us.
Sorry I believe in you. Sorry I know you're talented. Yeah, sorry. You see how stupid you look? That's
Do you feel better? Do you feel better?
You know what? No. I'm going to feel better when I show you how fucking easy the thing you've been avoiding is. That's how much I'm going to feel better. In case y'all want to know, this is what it's like to be my friend. One of our friends, like literally our like other best friend, Bree, called us one day and she's like in tears, y'all. And she's like, guys, we're like, oh my God, what's going on? Because she normally doesn't FaceTime. And she was like, I'm doing this event that I agreed to do. And I just found out that half of the people that are going to the event signed up for my class. And I'm like, dude, that's great. She's like, I just didn't know there'd be that many people. And I'm like, sorry, wait, what are we upset about? I was literally like, what are we?
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Sarah was so sweet. She's like, I get it. You know what? Yeah. And I'm like, wait, hold on real quick. I'm like, you're upset that many people signed up for your class? She's like, now I have to like do this thing and this other thing. And I go, oh, sorry, you're so talented. Sorry that people are now seeing your talent and wanting to work with you and be trained by you. I'm like, oh, sorry, everybody loves you. Okay. I go, shut up. I go, this is everything you've ever wanted. And she's like, well, yeah, I know. I'm like, cool, then shut the fuck up and be grateful and just get over it. You're fine. I don't think I'm the friend you want to call if you want empathy sometimes.
That's not true. You do great.
I think when empathy is required, I'm very good at doing it. When I think you're being stupid, I'm going to fucking tell you. In the same way, I would expect you to tell me when I'm being stupid. I'm okay with that.
Well, if you cried over Shopify, I would say, let's just not have it at all. We don't need Shopify.
That's a bad friend. You're wrong. No. Immediately, you are incorrect. Because if you want to build to be a New York Times bestselling author, you can't keep running shit manually, ho.
Yeah, I know. Because I paid $50 in shipping for a $9 order.
Yeah, well, that was a costly mistake that you made. And if you had had Shopify, that would not have been an issue. Because you print the shipping labels straight from Shopify. Sarah.
You know what? I have to go. My phone's ringing.
2 episodes down in a row, you're like, I'm leaving. Fine, I will change the topic and I will yell at you later instead.
Yell at me off camera.
Whatever, fine. On this episode, we're going to talk about the things that people say on Booktok that make me mad. Actually, in a semi-argument, actually, I shut it down. She couldn't even argue with me, but it was on Threads. This woman, this bitch, she was so fucking rude. She was like, I saw someone on Booktok saying that they read 40 books just in January. That doesn't make any sense. How the hell can you do that unless you're unemployed and reading is your full-time job? That's ridiculous. And I was like, hey, is the mic on? Okay, great. I literally responded to her and I was like, because people, I'm not gonna lie, girl, they drug her through the fucking mud. They were bitch slapping her left and right, being so mean. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be mean, but I'm going to address this. And I said, hey, I'm hoping that I can provide some clarity a little bit nicer than what some other people are doing. Number one,
Thoughtful of you.
I empathetic. See, I'm kind. I'm not very nice, but I'm kind. So I don't think I'm nice at all. But I was like, number one, audiobooks. I said I read a lot and I have very good reading comprehension skills, which means I can also listen very quickly. My books are at minimum generally 1.5x. 1.45 to 1.5 depending on the narrators, like my sweet spot, but minimum is that's my 1x essentially. I said not only that, I use audiobooks to convince myself to do chores because that's boring. But if I want to keep listening to the book, then I have to keep folding my laundry, finding things to do, clean, blah, blah, blah. I said, on top of that, at night, instead of watching movies or TV, I tend to then read a physical book, right? I go, no shade against movies. I also love being a couch troll and like doing fuck all of nothing else and reading a book. Or watching TV, but sometimes I just prefer to read a book. I said, not only that, driving to and from places, I don't listen to music. I'm listening to my book. I said, and not only that, I said, I have been a very avid reader my entire life. So I can read and comprehend when I'm reading. I can speed read and still give you full recap point by point. It's fine. I said, so I go, for example, I said, so I can read 1,000-page book in less than a day, fucking easy, no sweat off my back. I said, my husband on the opposite hand can't do that. He listens to things much slower because he's just not as avid a reader as I have been my whole entire life. I go, so that might put into context a little bit on how people are crushing through these books. I said, now that being said, your message was rude. So I told her, I was like, you were a dick and like maybe just be a little bit kinder because I don't understand people's fucking hoopla about being upset that other people read more.
No. In fact, when people get to read more, I'm like jealous because I'm like, damn, I have not read a physical book. Well, no, I haven't read a physical book since I started writing Nightshade. I just do audiobooks. I literally cannot. I feel like the comprehension for me is different. I can write a book, type a book, do a book, and even being fantasy and still listen to a fantasy, but I cannot, if I'm writing a book and physically reading it, it like messes with me.
I wouldn't be able to do that in the same way that I can be listening to an audiobook and reading a book, obviously like not at the same time, but like separate times.
Yeah.
But I can't have them be in the same genre. I can't be listening to a fantasy book and reading a fantasy book, listening to a mafia dark romance, reading one. Like they have to be separate. Otherwise my mind is like, wait, where was that guy? Oh shit, he was in the other book. Like it doesn't like vibe with me. But I'm telling you, there's just something about, I don't understand why. Like, here's the deal. Do I think that I could ever read 40 books in a month? I don't, just because you know how I am. There comes a point where I'm like, can I put a book at 2.5, 3x and understand it? Yeah, but I still want to like soak it in. I want to enjoy
I'm the person where I'm like, I feel like not that every book is an obsession, but I feel like I love every book. I get in it. I am the main character. I have all the boyfriends. I am in it. So like if I speed through it, I feel like I'm just like fast forwarding through my whole life and I'm not like present.
That's fair. Yeah.
But like I could listen to it pretty fast. But like when I was listening to Lorenzo and basically everything happened and I just had like 10 minutes of the prologue or the epilogue left, I was like 3x. I'm like, I want to hear what it is, but I don't need to comprehend what's happening.
No, not to the depth that I prefer to comprehend. Well, when I was reading, what was it? Oh, The Silent Patient. Once I kind of figured out, like, okay, yeah, like this is just what's happening. Like, it was, I mean, last chapter, I think I had 7 minutes left in the book.
Yeah.
I 2x that bitch and I kept going up. I like to hit a point where it's too much and then go back down one. So I was well over 2x. I was like, let's just get it done. I'm like, I was just over it. But I
Yeah.
don't know, like I just like to like soak in the books a little bit more. That's why I don't like to crank them up that much. But if someone else does, like, I'm not going to be like,
Loser.
stupid. Wow, you're reading wrong. Oh my God.
Also, what if the 40 books she read were 200 pages long?
I, that also matters. I listened to an audiobook that was 34 hours.
That's crazy.
34 hours fast forwarded. So you can imagine, I'm pretty sure how long it like that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, that was a chunky book.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people have their panties in such a fucking twist. And I actually went like down a deep dive rabbit hole because what makes it hard for me, like the audiobook versus physical reading, right? Is I'm autistic. So to me, I'm just very literal. If you say you read a book, you read a book. So I'm trying to like break myself of that. So even when I'm like, oh, I read this book, I probably just listened to it, but like it's fine. But that's been really hard because reading is reading, listening is listening. It just it it just is.
But people get mad about that. They're like, your books don't count. And I'm like, well, I still comprehended the entirety of the book.
I still consumed it. Now, I will say, like, if I was a mom, this is going to sound crazy. If I was a mom, I wouldn't let my kid necessarily listen to an audiobook because listening to an audiobook does not increase your reading skills. Maybe
No.
your comprehension skills, but it doesn't make you a better reader or be able to like sound out words better necessarily. Like I would want my children to be able to read physically with their eyeballs a fucking book. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I probably wouldn't let my younger children listen to any kind of audiobook. Like I would sit and I know people like, would you not sit and read to your kid? That's different. Shut the fuck up. You know the point I'm trying to make right now. Ugh.
But I will
Ugh.
say too, like, I prefer act reading over listening. I just can't read right now.
Always. I always prefer reading over listening. Same. I'm just at a point where I'm like, well, you know what? My thing goes to, okay, well, if my options are consume no book, I'll say consume no written material or listen to an audiobook. Like I was in the salon yesterday, not with a client, but like I had to like paint like the backsplash behind the shampoo bowls and clean stuff and hang shelves and rearrange hair. I was there for hours. Am I just supposed to like listen to music the entire time? Like why can't I just why not just listen to a book?
Here's the thing, I was so not anti audiobook. I was just like, I tried an audiobook once and I could not comprehend it. Also, it was a self-help book, so like I listened to it 4 times and still couldn't figure it out. But
Yeah.
still, that was like years and years ago. And I was just like anti audiobook since then because I was like, oh, they sound really fun. But I just like, when I get going, again, this was my first experience, I was just like so busy that I was like, oh shit, I missed that whole chapter. And so I was just like, no, reading only. I literally got depressed when I started writing because I couldn't read a book. And I was like,
Literally.
I feel everyone's reading all these books that are so great and I can't do it. And so I listened to an audiobook and I was like, wait, I cleaned my whole house? What do you mean?
That's honestly really what like super got me into audiobooks because honestly like I lose interest with music and like I'm good with like watching TV or like listening to like a show or a movie. Like I can do that, but then I either like have to take my phone with me everywhere or take my iPad with me and then I'm still like not making the best use of my time is probably like a good way to put it. With an audiobook, I pop them fucking headphones on, set my
Oh,
phone down and
yeah.
I'm bebopping around and I found that when I would finish like my chores, like the things I wanted to accomplish, I'd be like, but wait, I'm at a really good part in the book. How can I keep going? And I'd be like, let me just find something else to clean. And I was like, oh, this is the hack. That's got it. Okay. So
Yeah.
I just use it to like force myself to keep doing other things that I maybe don't feel like doing. Or if I'm like crafting, I will go downstairs to our little craft room and start bedazzling my little motherfucking books. And I'm as happy as a clam in high water while I listen to a story.
Yep.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
So I ended up going down like this rabbit hole of it does listening to an audiobook truly count as reading? Like I literally went down this rabbit hole and I wish
Hey, chat. Does
I rabbit hole probably for like an hour one day. And it basically was like, yes, that does count because like the comprehension skills that you need are still growing with the audiobooks that you listen. And I'm like, that's totally fucking fair. But that's why I also say I wouldn't, if my kid, if the option was read a physical book or listen to the audiobook, I would always make them read the physical book, because I do think being able to read
Yeah.
like eloquently, yeah, read very well, sound out words and figure out hard words. That's a skill that would be incredibly important for me, for my children to have.
Yeah. Well, and I'm actually like, as an author on the author side, I'm actually really grateful that audiobooks are kind of blowing up a little, because I've had so many comments where people are like, "Oh, do you have an audiobook? I would love to read your book. It sounds so good, but like I just cannot read." Not like they can't read, but like I don't have time. I can't sit and read it. Like I don't enjoy it, or I just physically cannot sit and read. I don't like it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Huh." So, but they've made like a really big in the last, maybe it's just me because I'm aware of it, but like really big in like the last several years, I think.
I feel like they're getting bigger and bigger. And I mean, here's
Mhm.
the deal, because I know the arguments like, but you didn't read a book, you're listening to it. Here's my stance. I would rather you consume an audiobook. Call it read or don't. I don't fucking care. If the option was
Nothing I'm saying.
consume zero written literature or consume an audiobook, I would rather you consume an audiobook. I
Tomato,
so
potato. Do the
who
book.
who gives a fuck?
No
Who
one.
fucking cares? I
Probably the people that don't know how to read. No, I'm just kidding.
but
Just
I think
kidding.
I think it's literally people who just like get fucking up in arms for whatever reason. I'm like, you are literally, you're just annoying. You are taking something that should be so pleasurable and just being fucking annoying. You're being irritating.
You're just being annoying to be annoying.
You're being annoying to be annoying. Same with when people are like, oh, BookTok recommends all the same books. Okay, well then you branch out. I don't see you recommending shit, bitch.
Also, have you ever considered that it's your algorithm?
Maybe stop commenting mean shit on things you don't like and you would stop seeing it.
Or stop commenting on all the Throne of Glass and Akatar posts, and you wouldn't keep seeing all of those things.
I did not tell you this.
I'm ready.
So, what
Am
was
I going to be
happening?
upset?
Yeah, I mean, you'll be upset for me. What was
Oh,
happening in the world? I don't know. It was something political. I'm pretty sure it had to do with ICE. And I was scrolling through TikTok and someone was like, hey, it was definitely ICE. They're like, just remember, if you like, it was something along the lines of like, these characters would also be against what the government is doing. And I was like, oh, interesting. Like, I want to see. And so then I started swiping and it was like, Aelin would be against what's happening. And I was like, okay, fair. And then I swiped and it was like Aelin and Rowan. And I was like, couples. And then I swiped and it was another couple from a different series. And then I swiped and it was like Xaden. You already know where this is going. It was Xaden and who's the fourth one girl?
Violet.
Violet. And then it was them. And then I swiped and it was Dorian and Manon. And then I swiped and it was Kale and whatever her name is that starts with a Y. And then I swiped and it was Lorcan and Elid. And then I swiped and it was
No.
Nesrin and someone else. And I'm like, well, now I know, don't I? So all of that has been completely ruined for me for Throne of Glass. But hey, I was right. That's crazy work.
That's true. Do you know what else bugs me is when people are like, meh, 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 books are political.
Sure, some. Yes. Yep.
Sure, some are intentionally political because the author intentionally made it that way, but also society as a whole, I'm going to get shit on for this, but like any type of like storyline, you have to have some sort of system. You have to have some sort of like villainry. You have to have like you what's your fucking book about if you don't have some type of
There's always a hero,
power
there's always
system?
a villain, and there tends to be an anti-hero somewhere, somehow. Yeah.
Other than that, your book is probably just a rom-com. I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I'm gonna go back to, and I'm gonna say names because fuck it, she blocked me anyway. Like Emily Rath. When Emily Rath was like, my books are political, I'm like, you just had a guy get pegged
in a fucking like sauna. I'm not trying to be a dick. How is that
How's that political?
political? I don't know. You got pegged. And I know they're going to be like, it's because it's LGBTQIA plus whatever, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I hear you, but someone getting pegged is not political. That's just someone getting pegged, which honestly, great scene. I still like her books. She hates me. And that's okay. Like, I can accept people not liking me. I want you to know I sleep like a baby at night with my head on my pillow and my 5-pound Highland cow laying on top of me and 4 dogs. I sleep
Well,
like a
but
saint.
man, when there's posts out there, like there was for a hot minute lists going around of authors to like eradicate from Booktok. Like, for fuck's sake, if you like their book, I will stand by this till the day I die. If you read their book and you don't like it, close it, set it aside, and don't read it again. If you don't like it, get on your little TikTok, say I didn't like it for X, Y, and Z reasons. Do not shit on the author. Like, if you don't like their stuff that they're putting out, that is the, like, I have a lot of my personality and my, I wouldn't say belief system, but I mean, kind of, because like I believe in like witches and magic and all of the things, but like, that you pour your soul into these books, of course it's going to reflect you.
The only time I'm going to disagree with you is who is Powerless Girl.
Oh,
You stole
Lauren
that shit, but
Roberts.
yeah, I don't necessarily
Yeah.
like you. You I don't agree with. You stole a book, bitch. That's not very nice. Like that is plagiarism. That I'm going to shit all over you and that's a problem for me. My thing is, I think when it comes to cancel culture, and I literally just said this, where did I just say this? I think, I said it on my Instagram and then my insights dipped. Ooh, I had so many people unfollow me that day because they were mad that I said this, along with some other things. But I straight up said, I'm like, I'm so sick of cancel culture. I am convinced that the only people that try to cancel other people are people that have never built anything themselves. I have built all my own shit. You know who I've tried to cancel? Fucking no one.
Why? Because you just don't care. Like, I'm sorry, somebody, like, let's say Emily Rath, if her books are super political and all of these things, I don't know, because I've never read any of her books. I have them sitting here, haven't read them. But, like, if I didn't like her book, I would just close it and be like, wow, that wasn't for me.
I
I don't
that's
think
what
I
I
would give her the time of day after that. I wouldn't care.
I don't care enough. Like that,
Well,
and but
yeah.
I think that's part of it. But I also don't make my entire personality politics. Ooh, and I'm gonna address this before someone has the audacity to say it to me. Wow, not being political is a privilege. Shut up, bitch. You want to know why you need to shut the fuck up? Because I know what's happening in politics. I am up to date. I am not white. I am pale. I wasn't born in America. English is not my first language. So do not have the motherfucking audacity to say, wow, it must be nice. Not caring about politics is a privilege. All I said is, I will not make politics my entire goddamn personality. I have other things I want to talk about. And hear me, uncover your ears if you have to and listen with your fucking ear hole. It is not healthy to be so heavily invested in politics that it is ruining your mental health. It's just not. Everybody needs a break, and I will never shit on a human being for saying, you know what? This is really heavy. It's really hard. I need to take a step back for a week and take a deep breath. I would never fault a human being for that because that shit fucking matters. Ugh. That's why when people try to come scream at me and they're like, you must be a MAGA. I'm not, you fucking idiot. You just don't like the things I'm saying because I'm not regurgitating your stupid ideas to you. Oh, I get so mad. I'm gonna get yelled at for this. I don't care. Shut up.
Okay, so here's a fun fact. All of the politics,
All
all of the
of
political
the
things,
sorry.
all of the political things I know are from you. Otherwise, to be honest with you, let me preface this. If you shit on me, Ani will come for you. But like, here's the thing. I don't care. I care what's happening in the world because it's so like dark and spooky sometimes. But like, to be honest with you, it's gonna happen no matter what my opinion is. Either side.
Either side.
It's going to happen politically this way, it's going to happen politically this way, it's going to happen politically this way, and quite honestly, nothing I do or say about it, unless it's like something I'm very passionate about, I don't care. Because you want to know why? I just want to write my books. I want to hang out with my best friend. I want to be a mom to my kids. And you know what? I'll care when I need to care. Other than that, I don't care.
Ooh, you gonna get yelled at so hard. They're saying must be nice to not care.
And you know
No,
what? You can go ahead and say I'm privileged, but ain't nobody know what my life was like, so I don't care.
and you know what? I think that's sometimes the really hard part because I am married to a tall white man, right? And let's address it. He's tall, he's jacked, he's handsome, he's very good looking, and he's white. And a lot of people have looked at my husband and been like, must be nice to be you. And I'm like, listen here. My
Y'all
husband
fucking
might
know the
not
shit
be,
I dealt with in my life.
you do not know a single goddamn thing that my husband has gone through. And there is no
Huh?
fucking, maybe his privilege is that he's tall. That's really about it. You know
What a
what?
privilege.
What a privilege. And I know they're going to say it's because he's white and this and that. You don't know my husband's life. You don't know what he's been through. And he won't be one to defend himself. He's like, whatever, we just let it go. I won't let it go. Because the audacity to look at someone and say, oh, you must have never once struggled in your entire goddamn life because the color of your skin is disrespectful and rude. Rude. That shit drives me insane. The same way that someone once
I
told me,
feel
they were
like
like,
the fact that if you can say, I'm gonna get so shit on this is why I don't
you're
talk
in
about
so
this
much,
shit.
you're in so much trouble already.
If you have the audacity to call somebody else out about being privileged, I would dare say that you're privileged because
How
you
about
get to
this?
have that opinion.
The fact that you live in a country where you can say that you hate the president is a privilege in and of itself. And the fact that you have not been arrested, when how many people have they arrested in the UK just for speaking bad? Last I counted, I think it was at least like 14. In America, you can sit here and you can say that you hate the government, you hate the president. Being able to speak negatively about your country
It's a
and the
privilege.
people in charge is a fucking privilege. And guess what? If you want to sit here and say that you hate the administration, you hate America, you hate being American, I'm not even bothered by that. Cool, say it. Because in my mind, it is your right as an American citizen to have freedom of
An
fucking
opinion.
speech.
Have your opinion. But also, don't shit on me because I have my opinion and it's different than yours.
That
I
I
just
will
think
never
that if
forget.
everybody lived their life that simply, it wouldn't be that fucking hard.
I think we were just kinder to each other. I don't understand, and I feel like I don't want to veer too much in politics, but I'm going to veer for half a second more. I think if people understood that it is not left versus right, and it's the powers that be versus literally everyone who's not a power that be, that the world would be in general a much better place once we realize it's not about me versus you. It's about making sure that government doesn't get too big and doesn't overstep their boundaries. I know people are going to say, well, don't you think that ICE is overstepping their boundaries? That's not what I'm fucking saying. Shut up. Do not try and take my words and twist it because once again, I live in a household where my husband and I make sure that we are very informed in politics because we vote at every single election, whether it be presidential, whether it be citywide, statewide, we are out there voting. So we ensure that we do know what is happening. And before someone's like, yeah, I did actually vote to have higher taxes in the state of Colorado for people in my fucking income bracket to go to kids who need it. So yeah, I am voting for all the right fucking things. So you can't come at me and say shit because that's the problem. If you don't put out all of your political beliefs and all of a sudden you're a raging piece of shit and people assume the worst in you. No, no. You have
Or if
no
you don't
idea
talk
who
about it at all, people. I mean, just gonna say, I get the speed version from Ani, so people don't tell me that I don't know anything.
yeah, I'll call you and be like, you're not gonna believe what's happening. And you're like, you're right, I don't know what's happening. That's great. That's
You're right.
great.
Tell
Tell
me.
tell me all things though. But that, and I do think that this is why now we veer into politics because that does veer into book talk. Where here's the deal, like if something happens, and yes, there can come a point with where an author can say something
Oh yeah.
so horribly disgusting. Like if an author was straight up spewing, I mean disgusting things, I'd be like, you know what? You're too far out of my range of morals that like I can't support you. Godspeed. I wish you. But
Not
if it's
gonna
just a
buy your book.
I'm not going to buy your book. That's it. But for if it's something like I can't even think of something like political that's controversial but not super. If it's just that we disagree on something where they're like, "Hey, based on my beliefs, I believe A and I believe B." And I'm like, "You know what? I can see why you would believe that. It's not my beliefs based on how I was raised, how I grew up, and the things that I have personally experienced, but I'm still going to read your shit." Disagreement to me does not equal like cancelable or death.
I agree with
And
you or die.
Literally, I don't understand why that's such a controversial topic. That's why book talk, although people say book talk is so toxic, I truly do not think it is. I think there are some toxic viewpoints in there, and I think some days I'm like, y'all just need to shut the fuck up. Like, you are honestly just like irritating me.
Hey, it's not that deep unless it's a dick.
Yeah, at that point, you would hope that it is that deep.
There's only a few things that are important that are deep, and that's not one of them.
Yeah, that's why, like, I love book talk, and you ain't gonna hear me say a bad word about it, but I do think that sometimes people get really like, who is that little blonde girl who was like, I don't trust you book talk bitches and your KU right, and I was like,
First of all, forget her political opinion aside. That was so aggressive.
I'm like, damn, ho.
Damn.
And like, and her entire thing was like, the books are bad. I'm like, well, bad is subjective. Bad is subjective. I'm gonna, this is always my example. Twilight is not a good movie. Those are objectively bad
Horrible.
movies. Not
They had a
good.
low budget.
I watch them every year.
But honestly, classic. Classic. You have to watch them. You have to. It's a
I want
rite
you
of
to know,
passage.
I'm so embarrassed, but the Edward version of Twilight from his point of view, I have in my fucking Amazon cart. I want to read it so bad. I know it's not going to be good because the books are mediocre at best, but I still love them. I still read them. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do at that point? That's why when people are so up in arms over a book, I'm like, do you know how easy it is to just close it and say, hey, I read this and I personally did not enjoy it? That's
Yeah.
all it has to be. That's it.
Yeah. I read it. Something rubbed me the wrong way. I don't like it. No, thank you.
Yo, I said that fucking Akatar. I said that about one of the arguably most famous series in the entire world. I DNF'd it. What book was that? Which
Third.
book is A Court of Mist and Fury? Is that 2?
Second. That's 2. That's 2.
I didn't even make it past this.
I would like to point out as well that you're a bad friend. I recommended Throne of Glass, and you're like, nah. I didn't like Akatar. No thanks. And I was like, that's the best series I've ever read in my entire life. And you're like, nah.
What got me is when you said it might be better than Harry Potter. I was like, whoa, wait. And I agree in some aspects it is for adults.
Yeah.
I like that is, but that's the thing. Like, I truly, in my brain hole, I cannot fathom a single person saying that Throne of Glass is bad. So when people do, I will always make the joke. I tell people, I'm like, if you say Throne of Glass is bad, I just can't trust your judgment in books. And I say that all the time, but am I really going to be like, wow, Sarah, you said Throne of Glass is bad. You're a stupid
Trash!
bitch who obviously doesn't know how to fucking read, and I hate your.
Do you know what book people love that I was like, where? Was One Dark Window. I wanted to love that book so badly. And hear me out, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I read it. I was like, wow, this is fascinating. But when people are like, this is hands down the best book I've read of all time, I'm like, did I read? Was there another one? Did I read the wrong?
Want to know a book that I read a long time ago that I've always been so embarrassed to say that I love because everyone is so mean about it? Hold on, wait. It's by Dan Brown. It's called Angels and Demons. And it's like, did you ever see the movie with Nicolas Cage where they stole the independence, the Declaration of Independence?
Don't talk to me about Nicolas Cage. I will defend him to the death. I love Nicolas Cage's movies. I love them. I love them. I love them. Also, didn't he write the Da Vinci Code?
You.
Yeah, I love Nicolas Cage so much. It's called National Treasure, by the way.
Yes. Okay, so Angels and Demons is kind of like that. It deals, from what I remember, like with Illuminati, this and that. But girl,
so you're wrong. You're wrong. Angels and Demons is not like a spin-off, but of the Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code. That's what it is. That's the Da Vinci Code. That's the one. Wait.
Also Nicolas Cage.
Have you read that?
No, but I love Nicolas Cage. Which is a very controversial opinion because apparently people think he's trash.
No. Okay, so the Da Vinci Code. Thank you. That's it. I couldn't find. They were in like a corner. Everyone is like, people would be like, when you're like, oh, I like to read, people would be like, oh, like the Da Vinci Code, trash, you have bad taste. And I'm like, wait, I don't even really remember what it's about, but I remember really enjoying it. Like I have all of them. What do you mean? Are they
That's
bad?
why people are like, Nicolas Cage is such a trash like actor, and I'm like, what do you mean? National Treasure was the best movie of all time, and The Da Vinci Code, and all of the things, greatest movies they were made, so great. I was an idiot. Find the treasure. Like, I even reference National Treasure in Midnights, just so you know, because that's one of my favorite movies.
Shut up. Dude, okay, like, and I don't know why it embarrassed me so much. It's because people are like, that's so bad. You have bad taste in books. You like stupid shit. I don't understand the hate. I really liked it. It was good. What do you mean? You know
I ain't
what
gonna get
book?
shit on for politics. I'm gonna get shit on for my love for Nicolas Cage.
Nah, you're gonna get shit on for politics for sure.
Don't be
Wait,
mean to me. I'm this baby.
here's the deal. If someone insists on hating you for saying that it's too much and it's too overwhelming and it's not good for your mental health to be so balls deep into it, so you just take a step back, girl, I support you and all. I got
I
you.
just want you to know, I was so balls deep in the conspiracy theory about dragons, I thought for sure they were coming for months. So what do
I'm
you
still
mean to tell me about all of these horrible things happening to people and you want me to dive balls deep into that? No, thank you.
it's just I cannot watch another person be murdered.
No, I
I
can't.
can't.
It
I
hurts.
already did
It,
it with
it
Charlie Kirk.
physically
It
hurts my soul.
it did something to my soul, not because it was Charlie Kirk, but watching someone be assassinated
Die.
like that. I just don't think as humans we were meant to see that. But
No.
not to jump back into that real quick. Wait, there's another book that everybody has loved that
Is
I
it?
hated. No, but I'm curious now. But
I
you
didn't
hated
like
that
it.
one?
I could
Oh.
listen. I don't know if I was in like a dark time, or if I just like wasn't feeling it, or if like mentally my outside world wasn't great.
They tried to commit suicide. Did you see it?
But listen, was it a good read? Yes, it was interesting. The systems, the magic system it had was like fascinating. But I remember reading it and just being like, "That's it." I want to say it's like a YA. That might be why. Still good
Oh,
though.
did you ever read? Because, okay, I know this is controversial because it was a book and a movie and both did very well. Did you ever read or watch the movie Gone Girl?
Nope.
Hated it. Never watched the
Probably
movie because I fucking hated the book. I hated the book. I hated
not.
it. Here's
You know a
why.
movie I'll never read? It Ends With Us. Don't care.
What movie you'll
I
never
didn't even
read?
like the movie. No. What?
I think you meant book you'll never. You know what movie I'll never read? I'm like, none of them? All of them?
None. All the above.
No, so Gone Girl is basically like there's a husband and a wife and they have a kid and the wife one day goes missing, right? Oh shit, oh no, it's so bad. And basically the entire book is about like trying to find her and get her back and blah blah blah. Blah. But as it turns out, she kidnapped herself to frame her husband. I
You
think it
can't
might have
kidnap
been
me.
because well,
She
that's
just
what she
ran
made
away.
it look she made it look like he had done something to her, like he was to blame because I think he like maybe was like gonna divorce her or something and take the kid. So the entire book ended, this whole book. I actually think I might have given it away. I was so angry with it because I don't see it on my shelf anywhere. Oh no, it's right there. This whole book ends with the wife is now back. The husband, no one knew that she did it except for the husband. The husband is no longer being looked at, and now they're staying together for the sake of the kid.
So let me get this straight. You framed me for a kidnapping, but let's go fuck.
We're going to stay together for the sake of our child. And so she
Do you know
doesn't, I guess,
what?
frame him for anything else.
Do you know what book really just irked me? I read it in 4 hours. Have you read Verity?
I liked that book.
At the end, I was like, well, what do you mean?
At the end, I was
What?
like, oh, damn, bitch.
So the
Because
wife was innocent the whole time?
was she?
I don't
Or
know.
was it a lie?
We don't know. That's what
That,
upset me is I was like, so you're leaving me. I will never. I do not do well with books that I'm like, so you're telling me that I will never have the answer to this.
yep. Choose. You get to decide what the actual answer is. That book fucked me up. I loved Verity. Because the end,
I
I
did
sat there and I
like
was
it,
like,
but I was like,
huh? Yeah, because literally by the end, I was like, so was it all just for writing or the play or whatever it was, or was it real? Like it puts you in a place where you're like, I'm not actually sure anymore. Colleen Hoover, I gotta say, she did it with that one. I liked it. The
I still
silent
don't know.
patient pissed
It
me off.
haunts me.
That one, everyone's like, the silent patient is so good. And it was trippy and like fucked up, but I was like,
Eh.
whatever. It was fine. But that's what I think is so cool about reading, that everyone can have different opinions. And guess what? All of the opinions are right. If you think that the Da Vinci Code, now I want to reread it because now I'm like, man, I haven't read that in a long time. But now, like someone reading the Da Vinci Code can, like, you know how like people say like they hate Nickelback? Have you heard of that
I
like
don't
joke
understand.
online?
Also, I like Nickelback too,
I,
so.
I do. I'm like, I don't think I know. Like, why do we hate Nickelback all of a sudden? Like, I don't get it. Like, what's the big
Is
deal?
it a trend? I think it's a trend for people to be like, I hate Nickelback. I'm like, why? Because
But
you're not famous and you're jealous? Okay.
like, why? I just need to understand why. I don't know. I like it. So I think if I come out and I'm like, I loved the Da Vinci Code, I thought it was very fucking cool, it was interesting, and someone else comes out and says, I actually didn't like it at all, I thought that it was
Boring.
boring and overplayed, guess what? Both of us are correct because it's just our
Let me
opinions.
let me give you an example on how people read books. Me and my ex-husband went to Rome. I thought it was the most magical. I was like, look at this, look at this, look at this. I didn't know where to look. My
The
eyeballs were like
Colosseum.
bleeding with joy. Okay. I was like, everything is amazing. And I thought it was so good. I was like, I would go there 1,000 times. I can't say enough how cool it was, all of the things. We go to church. This is when I went to church. And we're sitting there, and somebody was like, oh my gosh, how was Rome? I hear my ex-husband, he goes, honestly, it was trash. He goes, there was garbage everywhere. There was graffiti. Like, I thought it was going to be nicer. He's like, everything was hideous. And I was like, is that you? I was like, who's talking? So I turn around and I'm like, bitch, did we go to the same place?
Were we in
What
the
do
same
you mean?
like Vatican Rome, Colosseum Rome? That's crazy. I've been to Rome
I
and it
was
was a
like,
stunning experience.
hey, so do you hear how stupid you sound right now?
Was this the third husband?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I'm just trying to gauge. I'm putting stories to faces here.
You know, husband 1 and 2 affording Rome,
That's why
please.
I was like, I knew it had to be three because I know them bitches can't afford shit, bitch. Oh my god.
I mean, to be
I
honest, I paid for that, I think, but still, not so
I did
important.
not know you had such a love of Nicolas Cage. Hilarious.
Have you seen National Treasure? I want to go on a treasure hunt so bad. Do you know it? I can't believe you haven't. I'm trying to think of what chapter it's on. No, where Raven goes like, "Oh, Kane is just such a national treasure. Where's Nicolas Cage when you need him?"
Never caught on to it. No.
I love
Nope.
him.
Are you sure it's in
Nicolas
mid?
Cage, I'm your biggest fan.
The things that we find out. Like I have no idea.
And what's so funny is I don't know anyone who likes him. Everyone shits on him.
I think
What
he's
do you
great.
mean?
I'm not a huge
He's
fan, but I'm not a
great.
fan. Yep. Sorry. Whoa. You ain't got flex on me, bitch. Okay, I see your
You
muscles.
calm,
You,
you calm down.
you calm down. All this entire episode to say you can have a differing
Right?
opinions and still be kind and still be nice and polite and respectful and true. And I mean this to the depths of my soul. If you are going to come to either me or Sarah and scream about political views, I promise you, neither one of us are going to care and we're
Don't
not going to
waste your
respond.
time. Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time. I don't care what you have to say. I am heavily involved in politics. Trust me, I already know. I already know. I just choose to not talk about it because I miss the days where asking someone, who'd you vote for, was fucking rude. Leave me alone. And then people go, oh, let me guess. You don't want to say because you're a Republican? Joke's on you, bitch. Don't you look stupid?
Can I tell you a secret?
You don't vote ever.
Never voted.
I know. Baby, I already knew that about you. I turned 18 on an election year and I have voted in every single election since. Every single one.
I mean, it sounds fun.
It's not.
Kind
It's a
of.
lot of research and very stressful. And it's
Oh,
never,
so,
wow, no, it's never a wow. I truly believe this candidate loves America, is exactly what the people need, and will give us what we truly want and deserve and need. It's always, well, who's the lesser of two evils? As someone who has voted, I'm 36 now, so been voting for a hot minute, bitch, almost 20 years. That's what voting is like.
yeah, so I didn't miss out.
Nope.
I'm
The reason I
musicling
vote,
over here.
the reason I vote is because I always say, if you don't vote, you can't complain. That's my
I don't
only rule about
complain.
politics. I know you don't. That's my rule, though. I always say, if you don't vote, shut the fuck up. You had a chance to have a voice. You chose not to have one. You don't get to have an opinion now. That's my rule.
I actually agree with that opinion, and that's what I tell people. And like sometimes Trevor will start talking politics with me, and I'm like, "Hey, I didn't vote, so I don't get an opinion. No, thank you.
He's like, we can still talk about it in our home. You're like, ah la 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 la.
I can't hear you.
Ah la 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 la.
What,
Just get
Nicolas Cage?
just get tiny headphones in and just be like, uh-huh. But you're really listening to an audiobook. That's crazy.
He
Ooh.
would know when I was listening to an audiobook. He says I get a face.
Ooh.
He goes, I can
Kinky.
tell when your book's getting good.
At one point, Steven and I, what was it? We were literally leaving the salon, and I was like, we're in the car, and I'm like, hey, so do you care if I put my headphones back on? Because it's just like a really good chapter. He's like, yeah, go ahead. And at one point, if you're Steven, I found myself sitting here like this.
Me.
I wasn't even moving. I was just literally like, eyes bugged out to the nines, frozen, like, no fucking way this is happening.
This was me. I was like,
I do that.
and
Or
Trevor
I
goes,
sit there.
Trevor goes, what chapter is that?
Yeah. But sometimes I'm doing this because I'm like, oh shit, bitch, that got dark. It's not even sexy. It's just like, oh, what do you mean you just shot someone in the fuck? Oh my God, you're scalping him.
What do you mean?
What do you mean you literally carved a piece of his flesh out and then shot him in the forehead? Oh shit, bitch. Damn. That was obviously MK. So all this to say, if you feel the need to yell at us, don't, because we don't care.
But
If
you
you
know
want
you should do? Go read the Da Vinci Code. Honestly, 10 out of 10. You'll enjoy it. If you don't want to read it because you don't like reading, you should go watch the movie. It was great.
who was, but there was another Da Vinci Code that was like a serious one. It wasn't a Nicolas Cage one.
No, I don't think so. There was the Da Vinci Code and then Angels and Demons.
Yeah, but they were like pretty serious movies. Was Nicolas Cage in that?
Yeah.
I'll have to look this up because maybe I'm thinking of something else. All I know is everyone says they hated those books.
Watch me be wrong. How embarrassing.
I feel like you're wrong because I feel like the guy who was the main guy is a white dude with like
Nicolas
gray
Cage.
pepper gray white hair. No, he's a really famous white dude. Name
Oh,
might
you
be
know
like
what? You're right. I
Tom.
don't think it's not Nicolas Cage. You're right.
No, I think it's like Tom or Todd, or it's like a very common white person name.
I'm
It
googling it
is.
right now.
Yeah, Google it.
Yeah,
It's right.
it's like he has like dark hair and he combs it back and he's
He has a nose.
I don't like your
And two
tone.
arms. I keep want to say Tom Ford, but that's not right.
No,
Who was the guy that
I know.
played
I can
Jesus
see
in
his
that movie?
face. Tom Hanks.
Ah, Tom Hanks. It was Tom. Son of a bitch. Look at him
Well,
go.
National
Tom
Treasure
Hanks.
is definitely Nicolas Cage.
National Treasure is definitely Nicolas Cage. Didn't know. You know what? This is changing everything I thought about getting you for your birthday.
Everyone's like, that's so crazy that you love Nicolas Cage so much and thought he was in a movie that it was Tom Hanks. My bad. I was just so
We all make
excited.
mistakes.
All of the information came at once. My excitement overstimulated.
Oh my gosh, my face actually hurts from laughing so much. Well, on that note, thank you for being here with us on another week and another episode of Read It or Don't. As always, if you want to talk to us, tell us all the things, shoot us a DM, shoot us a message. It is never an issue. And thanks for being here, guys.